And if you ever over prepare for something,
Explain that to people
okay,
who don't
there
know what you mean.
it was an audition for a Shakespearean company, and I love Shakespeare. I love classical theater, and they had the pieces memorized, but I worked on them several times over several days, and I felt like a robot. And when I think I was uber focused. I go in the room. There's like 7 people there. They were all from the company, and one person said, because I think in my mind I was like, okay, they're going to ask me to do this piece first and then this piece. The woman's like, oh, just do whatever you want. I'm like, wait, what?
I hate that when you think it's going to be one thing and then they throw something else that you completely different.
And normally, like, because I'm an improviser, normally like, oh, I can go with that, but my brain was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I opened my mouth, and it's like, the words were coming out, and all of a sudden I slipped on something, and it was like a train wreck. It wouldn't stop. I'm like, and I can visualize myself. I'm like, oh my God. And so I had to close my eyes, because I didn't want to have like this look on my face. Like, I was like, let me close my eyes, pretend that I'm just in the moment. And so I was like, okay, one more piece to go. I can do this. Same thing. And I was like,
again?
no. Oh, but then I kept, instead of me stopping, I just kept speeding up. I'm like, okay, I just want to get out of this room as quickly as possible. And before, the director said anything, I looked at him like, thank you. And I just sped out the door. I was like, what happened? That has never happened to me before.
It's always
And I was like, you know what? I'm a human being. Things like that happen. It's not the end-all, be-all of my life. It's not the end. I mean, if that was the worst thing that could happen to me in my career, that's fine. I can live with that.
Right.
And you have to not beat yourself up. Right. And if you're a perfectionist, it's hard to not do that.
True.
It's really hard not to do that.
Let it go.
You have to let it go. Find something. I found a bottle of wine that day.
No.
And I watched lots of comedies, and I was like, okay, I can go to sleep. And then the next day, I was fine.
Okay. Okay. So in general, let's tell me how you take care of yourself in general, besides the wine.
Outside of the holiday season, we'll forget that this past month, all the good food that came about. Outside of that, I tend to eat relatively healthy. Not into fast food. I rarely drink, even though that one particular time I do, but I rarely drink. I prefer, like, as far as diet goes, if anything, I'll eat like chicken or fish like once a week, and the rest of it's mainly like a vegetarian or vegan diet. On average, when I'm in my exercise mode, I tend to do it like 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay. And what kind of workout is this?
It's mainly like high intensity workout or yoga. And for me, I have to meditate because I'm always in my head. So I have to,
So daily meditation?
No, it's not daily. Like if I'm super stressed, it becomes daily meditation. But it's mainly just to, let's say it's a crazy month. I just give myself like an hour or so just to just decompress and just release everything. It's like, why am I holding on to this? Because you have to check in with yourself on a daily basis. It's not just your physical health. It has to be full body health.
Yeah,
inside and out, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever. You have to take care of your system. Right. Because you're not going to be any good.
This is true.
Yeah. So I try to, and I credit my parents for that because my father is a naturopathic physician.
Oh wow.
And so he definitely made a deal about us eating the right foods, and our spiritual health. And so I still just try to maintain those things.
So do you go to church?
No, I haven't been to church, but I will say that what my mom did for me, she said, because just like, as I got older, I went to church. My grandmother, she wanted us to go to her church, and so I went. And I always had questions.
Is this when you were younger?
Yeah, I was much younger.
Okay.
But I always had questions, and not everybody was able to answer the questions. So my mom's like, okay, here's what you do. This is everything that's out there.
What, she just gave you a book of everything that's out there?
No, she's like, here's the Bible, here's the Quran, here's the Torah, and these are all the different, because my mom has a vast library. So she's like, these are things that are out there. There are different paths to find what you're looking for, if you're still looking. And she's like, I'm not going to push anything on you if you don't connect with it. Right. And so I credit her for doing that for me. And so for me, I would not say I'm a religious person, but I'm very spiritual, and I welcome anybody who finds their path to whatever it is. You know,
That's a good way to do it.
yeah. I was like, however you connect, by all means, I'm right there with you.
Good. Wow. So okay. So tell us about your web series.
Oh yes, Velma.
Yes.
Velma.
I watched a couple episodes.
Oh,
Love
yeah,
it.
it's a
Yes,
crazy show.
loved it.
I loved it. It came about, remember, a few years ago, more than a few years ago, there were talks of rebooting In Living Color. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't remember.
No one does either because it didn't happen.
Oh,
But anyway, there were talks about it, and so everyone got so excited. They're
wow.
creating these audition tapes. Some people posted their audition tapes on Facebook.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, if they're putting it on Facebook, I can put together something
You can do that.
too.
Yeah. Why not?
So the character of Velma is based off of a handful of women I've met here in the city. And like I said, New York is a muse, so there's
yes.
tons of people.
Oh yes.
And her voice actually came from a woman I met who, talented woman, but I hated talking to her
Really?
because of her voice.
Oh, that's
And
where you
so
got that
that's
voice
where the
from.
voice
'Cause I
comes
was
from.
like,
Yeah, that voice comes from a real person. I was like, you're a nice person, but you're begging
can't
me
talk
fun
to
of it.
you.
I can't
Just
do it.
shut up.
So, and so a friend of mine came over to my house and helped me record the audition tape. But during the process, like, you know what? I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't want to end this character. I want to see where else she can go.
Nice.
And I started thinking about, all the comedic characters that are out there for Black women. I was like, yeah, we're the sassy Black woman. We're the weird friend.
Right.
I said, but you don't see anybody who's just out the box.
Yeah.
And so Velma is definitely out the box, but she seems crazy, but she has an MO.
Okay.